Hey everyone, welcome to the ranking. Here's my ranking of all of Don Bluth's movies. Yes, if you don't know who Don Bluth is, he is a director who directs animated films, and he's directed some of the greatest animated films of all time. He has unfortunately also directed some of the worst animated films of all time. So yeah, I'm here to celebrate Don Bluth's filmography by giving my ranking of all his movies from my least favorite to my favorite. Also, before I get to this ranking, I'm going to say right now that there are some Don Bluth movies that I'm not going to count on this list. I'm not going to count his short movies like The Small One and a few other straight-to-DVD movies. I'm also not going to include The Rescuers, the first one. I know it was said that he co-directed the movie, but when you look at IMDb, that movie's not in his filmography. Yes, on Rotten Tomatoes it is, but on IMDb it's not. Some people don't credit him for The Rescuers, so I'm just not going to include the first Rescuers movie. But yeah, I'm going to include his 10 big films. These are the true Don Bluth movies. So yeah, here's my ranking of all of Don Bluth's movies from my least favorite to my favorite. Alright, coming at number 10 is A Troll in Central Park. Yes, I just said that title correctly. A Troll in Central Park. That is a really stupid title. And this movie is an incredibly stupid movie. This movie is a complete insult to the good name that is Don Bluth. The characters are stupid. This movie is a dumb, juvenile mess of a film. The story makes little to no sense. These characters are very childish, very unlikable, very stupid, annoying characters. Yes, some of the style looks great. Some of the cool designs of some of these insects look cool. The trolls don't look cool, though. The trolls are very annoying. And this movie just doesn't have a cool idea like Don Bluth's amazing storytelling in his previously older films. This movie is a very stupid, juvenile film. I don't even think kids will like, because when I was younger, I hated this movie. And now now that I'm older, I hate this movie even more. This is hands down the worst Don Bluth movie. Coming number 9 is Thumbelina. Thumbelina, I actually always thought this was the worst Don Bluth movie, but then I had to actually really look at his whole filmography, and I'm like, no. A Troll in Central Park, that is a way worse film, but this movie is fucking awful. I hated this movie a long time ago when I first saw it, but I hate it even more now. It's got terrible characters. The animation is nothing that spectacular. This is Don Bluth. His animation is gorgeous. Beautifully hand-drawn animation. This animation is very lackluster. It's very ugly. These characters are very, again, juvenile and annoying. And this movie is just a forgettable mess. And I just can't stand this movie. Coming number 8 is The Pebble and the Penguin. This movie actually has a pretty good, voice cast. You got Martin Short in this movie, and you got other great actors like Jim Belushi and Tim Curry. Come on, when you put Tim Curry in your movie, you better know what you're doing. You better use your Tim Curry properly. It's like the friggin' Mighty Ducks show when they used Tim Curry as the villain. I don't know why they did that, but this movie is a mess. Like, some of the voice acting is pretty cool. It's neat to see Martin Short in a movie, and he's actually kind of funny at times, but again, this movie is so juvenile. I don't know what Don Bluth did with his later films. Like, I think he went way too kid-friendly. Like, his movies were kid-friendly, but also very adult. This movie is just strictly for kids. Maybe this movie kids could enjoy, but personally, I don't like it. Coming number 7 is Rockadoodle. Rockadoodle, yes, this is the last of the really bad Don Bluth movies. From here on out, they're all great movies, or decent movies at least, but this movie, Rockadoodle, again, very juvenile, but the only thing this movie has is a couple funny lines. There's a couple, one character that I do enjoy in this movie, but again, it's juvenile, it's strictly for kids. This is a very kid-friendly movie, definitely not a movie that adults can get into because of how lazy and juvenile and contrived the movie is, but the movie I could see kids enjoying. Like A Troll in Central Park, that movie's for nobody, but at least movies like Pebble and the Penguin and Rockadoodle, kids can enjoy, but adults like me, I personally don't enjoy. Coming number 6 is Titan AE. Titan AE has Matt Damon and Drew Barrymore in this movie, and honestly, The animation is gorgeous. I love the style of animation. I love the character designs. I love the designs in space, the spaceships, the aliens, the robots. The idea for this movie may be flawed, very confusing at times. Some things make absolutely no sense. Some parts of the story go absolutely nowhere. The villain is really stupid, but I do appreciate the idea of this movie. This movie tried to go very big. This is when Don Bluth tried to go a very big movie with this big science fiction film, and honestly, the movie has a lot of great things. Matt Damon and Drew Barrymore are very good choices to play the lead characters, which are good characters, very enjoyable, likable characters. The visuals look fantastic. The animation is absolutely gorgeous, and it's very flawed as this movie is. It's still a very fun, enjoyable film. I remember seeing this movie in theaters, I think, what was it? 98, 99. I saw this movie in theaters with my sister and my dad, and we had a lot of fun with this movie. I loved it as a kid. Now I know it's a very flawed movie, but I still have a lot of fun with it. Coming number 5 is Anastasia. Anastasia has Meg Ryan and John Cusack and Christopher Lloyd, I think. Yeah, Christopher Lloyd and Jim Cummings. This movie is a lot of fun. It's got decent animation and pretty good musical numbers. To be honest, actually, some of the musical numbers are very forgettable, but the one sung by, what's his name, Rasputin, voiced by Christopher Lloyd / Jim Cummings, that song, In the Dark of the Night, is probably the best song in this movie. If this was a Disney movie, it would go as one of the best Disney songs, but it's not a Disney movie, but I love that song. In the dark of the night, people will find us. Tell us the least I can do. My dear, it's a sign. It's the end of the night. In the dark of the night. In the dark of the night. I love that song. It's such a catchy song, beautifully sung. The visuals are fantastic, and I love it. It's so great. I love that song. That song alone, it puts it lower on this list because that is just such a kick-ass song. But the movie is still good. It has a very interesting story. I find, even though John Cusack and Meg Ryan do a good job with the voice acting, add a lot of sweetness to their characters, but unfortunately their characters are very stereotypical characters. But the villain Rasputin is great. I love his henchmen. I love the voice acting of him. I love the visuals of this movie. The animation is also really good. And this movie is just a very exciting, entertaining movie. Again, it's not an amazing movie, but it's still an entertaining film with one amazing song. Coming number 4 is All Dogs Go to Heaven. Yes, there were sequels to this movie that I was on, but All Dogs Go to Heaven, the first one, is a very cute, very enjoyable film that I do enjoy. I watched this a lot as a kid. Again, I know it's very flawed and very silly, ridiculous, and just some people are like, oh, this movie's just weird, but I like it. I liked it. I loved it as a kid, so it has nostalgia, but I still think it holds up. I think the animation, the colors look beautiful. I love these characters. It's very comical. It's very sweet. It's very lighthearted, very family friendly. And I think kids from this generation and the old generation can all love and watch it together. I just love the film. It's flawed, but I still just really love it due to nostalgia and just due to the sheer likability of the film. I love All Dogs Go to Heaven. I think it's a very enjoyable film. Coming number 3 is An American Tail. Yes, An American Tail. Again, there's a sequel to this. I didn't like the sequel, but the first one is amazing. You're just really rooting for Fievel, and you just really want him to find his family. This little, adorable little mouse, and he's just looking for his family. He got lost. He went to the wrong place. He's just looking for his family, and he goes on this amazing adventure, and he's the most adorablest, most cutest character, amazing voice acting, and again, I love the animation design. I love all these side characters, this villain. I love everything about this movie. This movie is sad, it's emotional, and that scene when he finally gets to see his family again is just such a powerful, moving scene, and I love it. It's the beauty of Don Bluth. Coming number 2 is The Land Before Time. The Land Before Time is an amazing film. Yes, there's so many sequels. Why is there so many? I stopped watching after like 6, but I do enjoy quite a few of the sequels. I love the 4th one, I love the 2nd one, but The first one is amazing. This is the Don Bluth version, and it's a great movie. I love all these characters. I love Petrie. I love Spike. I love Ducky. I love Littlefoot, Sarah. All these characters are such great characters. I had all the toys of them. I loved dinosaurs as a kid. That's why I loved like Jurassic Park and stuff, and I loved this movie, The Land Before Time. Me and my cousin Julian watched this movie a bajillion times. We watched all the sequels too. I love the musical numbers. I love how hard-hitting the story is. It's sad. The movie begins really sad, like showing Littlefoot's life and stuff. It's a really sad movie, but it's also a very exciting adventure movie, and it's about dinosaurs. It's awesome. I love dinosaurs, and I love The Land Before Time, and it's my second favorite Don Bluth movie. It's just so good. And my number one favorite Don Bluth movie is, of course, The Secret of NIMH. The Secret of NIMH is the best Don Bluth movie. This is in my, top 3 favorite animated movies of all time. It's right there with, Spirited Away and, Beauty and the Beast and Fantasia and Iron Giant. It's in the top 5. It's probably top 3, actually, but Secret of NIMH, I love the characters. I love the story. This is a very dark story, but kids can watch it, but it's very dark. There's, blood and shit in this movie. The animation is gorgeous. All the scenes with the Great Owl and Nicodemus and all the backstories, it's dark and beautifully animated. The textures, the designs, this amazing hand-drawn 2D style is just beautiful. I love these characters. I love Nicodemus, the Great Owl, Jeremy, Mrs. Brisby. I love these characters. Mr. Aegis. I love these characters. I love the story of this movie. I love how philosophical this movie is. It's an amazing film. It's one of the first movies with Will Wheaton. I love it. Everything about this movie is brilliant. The animation, the story, the writing, the direction. It's hands down the best Don Bluth movie, and of course it's my favorite. So yeah, that was my ranking of all of Don Bluth's movies, from my least favorite to my favorite. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me what is your ranking of all of Don Bluth's movies. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to his channel, and join the dark side.